This is the first in a series of videos on position within a distribution. Now, what we're talking here is not about the whole distribution, but the position of a value of x within the distribution. And we're going to talk about measures of position. And again, when you talk about measures of position, this is for an individual value. And the first one we're going to talk about is percentile. And then we're going to talk about quartiles. Actually, we're going to talk about quartiles, quintiles, and deciles. And then we're going to talk about what's called a standardized value. Or it's also called a z-value. Now let's think about how this it differs from measures of a distribution, right? If you think about measures of a distribution, we have such things as mean, median, standard deviation, interquartile range, right? These are all measures of attributes of the distribution. This is a measure of an individual value within a distribution. So let's talk about percentile first. Percentile, and if you're getting ready for the SATs, you probably already know all about percentiles. If this is the thing about is, let's just look at an example. If you're in the 37th percentile, what that means is 37% of the piece of either the distribution, either that's a sample or a population. So it's 37% of the distribution is lower than you. And 1 minus 37, so that's 63%. We got that by 1 minus 0.37 is equal to 0.63. That's the calculation that we did. That means 63% of the distribution is larger. Let's do another example. Let's do a real positive example. If you're in the 91st percentile, that means that 9% of the population or the sample, so 99% of the distribution is higher than you. And 91% lower. And a lot of standardized tests, or for that matter, measures of how good a college is or a school, are done in percentiles. Sometimes percentiles give you a misleading idea of precision. So we talk about quartiles. Quartiles is dividing the population or the sample into 4 parts. And you have quartile 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1 is between 0 and 25th percentile. 2 is between the 25th and 50th percentile. 3 is between the 50th and 75th percentile. And 4 is between the 75th and 100th percentile. So it's just saying, to say that you're in the second quartile, for example, if you're in the second quartile, that means that your percentile score is somewhere between the 25th and the 50th percentile. And similarly, if you were in the 4th quartile, that would mean you would be in the top 25%. So the 4th, let's just make sure, the 4th quartile, that would be equivalent to saying that you're in the top 25%. Now, why would you use quartiles rather than percentiles? Well, percentiles give you a sense that we have often that we know more than we do. So quartiles is a way to just give a more rough estimate. In addition to quartiles, you can also have quintiles. Quintiles is simply dividing the population or distribution into 5 parts. So for example, 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, and 80 to 100. And you also have deciles. Deciles are in 10 parts. So from 0 to 10%, 10 to 20%, etc. Quintiles are often used for income distribution, as are deciles. So for example, if they're talking about the tax plans of 2 different candidates and the effect on the distribution of taxes, they'll often do it in deciles or quintiles. That's talking about percentiles and quartiles. I want to continue on the next video and talk about what are called standardized values or p-values.